Greetings, Covenant family. One of the things I love most about this season is how spring reminds us that God is always at work making things new. Everywhere we look, we see signs of renewal. And I've had the privilege of witnessing that same renewal taking place across our covenant churches. As many of you know, part of my role includes quite a bit of travel, and along the way, I get to see God's work up close in local communities. On Easter Sunday, I worshiped at Community Covenant Church in Omaha, Nebraska, where pastors JL and Marty Bushling serve. It also happens to be the church my kids and grandkids attend. This is a church that just a few years ago was in decline, and yet today it's experiencing new life, renewed energy, growing engagement, and a vibrant intergenerational ministry. It was a powerful reminder of God's faithfulness and of what can happen when people pray and work together and remain hopeful for what God can do. That same spirit of renewal was evident during my time at the Southeast Conference annual meeting. This is a conference that has faced tremendous challenges in recent years: hurricanes, fires, and flooding. And yet, in the midst of those hardships, God has been at work. We gathered at one of their newer church plants, Rock Harbor Church in Melbourne Beach, Florida, a thriving and welcoming community. Pastors Kevin and Angie Diamond, along with their team, extended incredible hospitality. It was a joy to stay through Sunday and worship with Rock Harbor and make some new connections. Throughout the weekend, I was deeply encouraged by the leadership of Dr. Catherine Gilliard. She is clearly loved and respected, and it was a joy to be there as she was reelected to another term as superintendent. What stood out to me was how this conference, even with limited resources, is doing so much meaningful ministry. And just as inspiring was the generosity of three other conferences whose executive boards made the decision to make a significant financial gift to the Southeast Conference so they can do even more. This kind of selfless generosity points to the renewal that is taking place all over our covenant movement. The theme of the conference gathering was growing stronger together, and you could really see that in action. We saw the beauty of our three strand strong movement: local church, conference, and denomination, working together in ways that make our movement so very special. As we continue in this season of renewal, we've also been reflecting on the one another passages in Scripture. And I've been so encouraged to see these words being lived out in real and tangible ways. People encouraging one another, bearing one another's burdens, offering hospitality, and loving one another so well. Just recently, our Chicago-based denominational team gathered for chapel, and we had a panel conversation about how we see these one another texts shaping our work together. One verse that came up again and again was from 1 Peter 4:10, which says, "As each of you has received a gift, use it to serve one another." What a beautiful reminder that each of us has something to offer. And as we use our God-given gifts in service to one another, God continues to renew us and to renew His church. So my prayer for us is this: that our love for Jesus, our commitment to one another, and our efforts to join God in His work in our local communities and around the world will continue to grow, continue to bring renewal and transformation for God's glory and our neighbor's good.